Our next caller is Glynis D'Souza. Her question might have been already addressed. Nonetheless, she's been waiting patiently for quite some time. Glynis, you're up.
Yeah, thank you so much, and thank you. Can you hear me?
Very clear.
Thank you for organizing this, and thank you to my friend Joe who invited me. Yes, you're right. As I listened to the other questions, I think perhaps mine might have been addressed already. But I want to thank you and to thank Dr. Mansur for taking the time to organize this very enlightening debate. Not debate, but question and answer session. My question was really, all of this has happened now, and first of all, we were silenced by Trudeau with his Islamophobia bill. But what are the proactive steps that this group is planning to take to increase their political visibility as well as their strengthen their financial muscle? I know that fundraising is actively being done, but are there any other steps that we can proactively take so that something like this doesn't occur again?
Professor Mansoor, I will let you answer that question, and maybe I'll connect with Glynis later and answer a question. But I'll let you take this question.
Well, my understanding is, insofar as you have advised me, Ram, that the ultimate objective is to take this matter up to the courts on the basis of charter rights. And I do believe that that is a very important objective, and it should be brought to the courts. And it is the courts then will decide that if there has been injury, then what is the remedy? And if the court decides that the manner in which this decision was made was wrong, that means it wronged the taxpayers of the city of Mississauga and by extension all the other taxpayers in all the other various cities, then it will be a message sent to the political authorities that they cannot do this sort of thing in the future. That if they do this sort of thing, there will be a heavy legal cost, there will be penalty. On the other hand, if the court does not rule in our favor, and again, hypothetical, I'm not assuming that they will or will not, I'm just making it hypothetical, then the remedy will have to be seen is brought about by extrajudicial means, by which I mean extrajudicial mean not in the courts, but in the political arena. That is, in the political arena, the people who made this decision will have to pay a price. And for that, then all of you, and hopefully this is a catalyst, there will be more and more people will join as this issue becomes more and more publicly discussed, will then come forward and penalize those politicians who made such decision that basically is unacceptable in a secular democracy like ours. By the way, you did make a point, and a very good point, and the lady who spoke before you, I don't know whether she's still on the in the meeting or has she left. I think her name was Sonia, but I could be wrong. Both of you have made two excellent points because you raised it. It was in the city of Mississauga that you all, I don't mean in a personal sense, I mean the people of Mississauga, because the federal riding is in Mississauga. The people of Mississauga, and particularly the New Canadians, you all elected a member of parliament who are associated with and who are pushing the agenda of the Muslim Brotherhood. It is the person who pushed the motion 103. I think you have mentioned that, Ms. D'Souza. is a member of parliament from Mississauga, a liberal member of parliament. And you can see, I mean, people like myself, we were involved in that national discussion, and we failed to convince the people, not only in Mississauga, but in other parts of Canada, to properly vet the people who are running for public office. And in this case, Mississauga elected several members to the parliament in Ottawa who were not properly vetted, and who we know, or many of us know, are pushing the agenda of the Muslim Brotherhood.
Sir, the next question is from Ravi Iyer. It's a very, very interesting, it's slightly on the sidebar. Nonetheless, I'm going to allow it because it is very, very relevant. Ravi, you're on.
Thank you, Ram. So, Professor Mansur, whenever, anybody who criticizes any of something like this that is happening in Islam, automatically they are labeled as racist. This is despite the fact that there are Muslims in all race, white, black, brown, every race, all across the world. We have Muslims. So I don't understand why they keep using this race card when this is not even about the race. Like, I was watching a debate on TV, and then I think one of the participants very rightly said, they said, I have a debit card, you have a credit card, but these folks have a victim card. Like, they just show it up, at the drop of a hat. Do you know why that happens? Like, how is this even racist?
Well, Ravi, in the broader sense, I would say that is human nature. I'll come to your specific issue of Islamophobia in a moment, but in the broader sense, when two people argue or two parties argue, I mean, we can see the problem right now in the United States. The victim, in this case, a black man, is not a Muslim. The person who is being accused and has been arrested for manslaughter is not a Muslim. He's a white man, white police officer, and yet race card is being placed. Racism is the subtext of all the political discussion that is taking place. So this is very, very common. This is part of human nature. And when two people argue of two different backgrounds, and when they cannot maintain a rational argument, very often the loser or the person who does not have rational arguments turn to accusing the other of racism. The moment somebody says that this is a racist argument, you're racist, that means they have lost the argument. They have no argument, and therefore they are using this argument to short circuit and deny the legitimacy of the issues at stake. Now, I myself have been called an Islamophobia phobe. In fact, in the 2019 election here in London, I was seeking the nomination because of my friends. They wanted me to run for the parliament. I have been involved politically for a very long time, for almost 25, close to 30 years, as an intellectual, as a public intellectual, through my writings and through my public speaking and through my policy formulation, engage in policy formulation, and so on and so forth. I have been involved in politics at the federal level, and I have been a member of the Conservative Party. And yet, in 2019 election, my friends had put me up, and I had signed my nomination papers for being a nominee, a candidate in London for the Conservative Party. And the leader of the Conservative Party, Mr. Andrew Scheer, and his right-hand man, the national director of the Conservative Party, Mr. Hamish Marshall, said they don't want me because I'm an Islamophobe. It was not the liberals who said that, it was the conservatives who said that. All right. Now, I can write a book about it, and I will write a book about it, but that's another story. So to coming back to your issue, the whole notion of Islamophobia that is in Canada has become a political football has happened as I was answering the question to Sonia. Money buys influence, money buys power. And there is far more at stake than simply money. Very quickly, I mean, Ram has asked me to be not so generous with time, so I'll make it very quick. In global politics, the Muslim vote at the United Nations outnumbers every other group. There is 57 member states in the United Nations that belong to the Organization of Islamic Cooperation. That is 57 votes in the UN General Assembly. India has only 1 vote. Israel has only 1 vote. Canada has only 1 vote. But the Muslim world has 57 votes. And when it comes to global politics, that 57 votes means a whole deal of difference. We have a Canadian Prime Minister who not only pushed the motion 103, Islamophobia motion, in the Parliament and adopted it so that you or I can be picked up and charged with Islamophobia, hate crime. But he not only pushed that, he is running, that is, he's looking for having Canada become a member of the Security Council on a rotating basis, the 2-year position that is coming up for a vote on June the 12th. He needs those 57 votes. He doesn't need the vote from India, he doesn't need the vote from Israel, but he needs the vote from those 57 countries. If I go dissecting that even more, I can, take up the whole hour, but I don't want to with respect to Ram. But there is your answer.
Thank
Thank you, Professor
With that, I'm
Mansur.
going to hand over the floor to our moderator, Joe Fernandez.
Thank you, Professor Mansur. It has been very interesting, very enlightening, and we appreciate your openness to all the questions, your clarity, and your frank discussion without holding any bars. Thank you, Ram, for organizing this. Thank you, everyone, for participating. We appreciate all the input you have put in. We are glad that you are here coming forward, and we will be having more meetings and look forward to your input. It's only by gathering information from everyone around, looking at your concerns and being able to understand where you come from, that we can go forward in a focused manner and all-inclusive manner. With that, I'm going to say good night. Hope you have a good rest of the evening, and thank you for attending.
Professor, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.